Good afternoon, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great day today. It is Saturday afternoon, home after a long-ass day of work, and happy to be here. So still want to do videos for you guys, even though I've had a hell of a day. It's my therapy for sure, and I love you guys so much. I want to continue with my A to Z's, this time the letter K. Before I get into everything though, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. I want to continue to put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collection. And it's because of you guys, your likes, your subscriptions, your wonderful comments that keep me going, keep me motivated to do this type of thing again, even after a long-ass day of work. So thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. So let's get started here. So right off the bat, a great singer, songwriter, performer, actor, famous for so many movies. Blade comes to mind. The great Wesley Snipes movies. I love, I think the first one's my favorite, but they're all great. They're all great. This is the great KRISTOFFERSON. Also wrote songs for so many wonderful people. I think come to mind Johnny Cash, Sunday Morning Coming Down. Yeah, this is a great album. This is his 6th album, Who's to Bless, and What's to Blame, and Who's to Bless, Who's to Blame, 1975 release. Awesome album. There he is there. And this is Repossessed, Kris Kristofferson and the Border Lords. Very stoic photo there. That would be his 1986 release. Awesome album, awesome album. I don't have too many CDs in this letter, but I do have this great little box set. Again, these album series box sets are so good. Great way to, add to your discography, completed discography. This is Kinks X, their first 5 albums. Kinks X, great hard rock, progressive rock, alternative metal band. Got some funk, got some soul, got some blues in their music as well. From Springfield, Missouri. They have a lot of gospel influences throughout their music, even though they don't preach to you. A lot of gospel themes in there. Also some British invasion group influence as well in their music. Great trio, Kinks X. So again, these are very inexpensive box sets. Great way to add to your discography, to complete your discography. This is Out of the Silent Planet, 1988 release. And then we have Gretchen Goes to Nebraska. Love that cover. And then Faith, Hope, and Love. Faith, Hope, and Love, 1990 release. And then we have self-titled Kinks X. There's the guys there. And Dogma. Dogma 1994 release. So yeah, check out Kinks X. Really good band. Nothing too heavy, but great alternative. They say alternative metal, but I don't find them metal. I just find them great hard rock and progressive rock band. But and their lyrics are really deep and prophetic for sure. Great Swiss heavy metal band. Canada loved them. They love Canada for sure. Big success in the 80s. This is 1983 release, 7th album, Headhunter. Love that cover as well. They do a great version of Bachman Turner Overdrive's Stayed Awake All Night. One of Bachman Turner Overdrive's heavier tracks. They do a great version of that. They also do a great live version on this album here. This is Alive and Screamin'. It's their first live album, 1986 release. Recorded in Texas, Ohio, Baltimore, and Toronto. Awesome. Again, that cover's awesome as well. One of my favorite progressive rock bands. As you know, I'm really into progressive rock with the Yes, with Genesis, with King Crimson, you name it. These guys are remarkable. There's more to their hits. Their deep tracks are really, really good. I still love their hits. This is Kansas. This is 1975 Mask. Unfortunately, there's a sticker there, but I've yet to put new sleeves on these guys, so I apologize for that. This is an amazing album, Point of No Return. Of course, you have Dust in the Wind and Point of No Return on there as well. Then you have 1979's Monolith. Uh, 1986 Power. 1988 The Spirit of Things. As you can see, I love my Kansas. And great live album. This is Two for the Show. Take it out of the sleeve because it's easier to see that way. Two for the Show. I think Jeff Witcher showed this the other day in his live albums. Great double album. Sounds really good. There's just the inner gatefold there. Again, sounds really good. You've got Song for America, Point of No Return, Paradox, Icarus, Born on Wings of Steel. Then you have Portrait, He Knew, Carry On Wayward Son, Journey from Maria Brown. And then you've got Dust in the Wind, acoustic guitar solo. And then you have a piano solo of Lonely Wind, Mysteries and Mayhem, excerpts from Lamplight Symphony, and The Wall. Awesome, awesome stuff. Great album, great live album. Happy to have it to add to my Kansas collection. And speaking of King Crimson, as I mentioned them earlier, an extraordinary band, progressive band. It's just remarkable, remarkable stuff. This is Court of the Crimson King, 1969 release. I also have it on the wall behind me here. I've got 2 copies of it. There it is over there. Yeah. Awesome album. Awesome stuff. Then you have the beautiful Islands. This says, of course, on the first one, sorry, the great Robert Fripp, of course, remarkable guitarist. Greg Lake was also on lead vocals and bass on the first album as well. Court of the Crimson King being their debut album. This is Islands, a 1971 release. Boz plays bass and lead vocals. This is an amazing album. Really, really good stuff. And then you have Red. You've got John Wetton on bass and Bill Bruford on drums. Of course, Robert Fripp still there. And finally, a compilation album. This is The Young Person's Guide to King Crimson. Double album with all their hits on it, basically. Great compilation album. So again, loving my King Crimson, for sure. A lot of progressive bands in this one also. And this is the only Canadian progressive band I have in the K's here. But it's the great, and I've showed these guys a bunch of times, as well as this album for sure. This is the great Klaatu. This is 3:17 Eastern Standard Time. Debut album by Klaatu, a progressive rock band from Toronto. Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft is the big hit. The Carpenters did a cover of it as well, which was out of the norm for the Carpenters. It's a cool track. It's just not. It didn't fit their style. Also, Klaatu was. There were rumors going around that they were a reincarnation of the Beatles because they have Beatlesque sounding like music, and their first. I think their first. Definitely their first album, and I believe their second album. There were no liner notes, no pictures, no band messages at all. So they thought it was, you know, the Beatles doing a hidden thing with making up a new band. And then some record producer or recording producer, or might have been a radio station, I'm not sure which one it was, went to the copyright division, I guess, and discovered that it was actually 3 guys from Canada making them, so no Beatles involved, but very Beatlesque. But Ringo didn't help matters because on the cover, so Klaatu is the name of the alien in the original film The Day the Earth Stood Still. So Ringo Starr puts on an album featuring him as an alien in one of his albums. So that kind of added to the rumor as well. So it's kind of cool. So this is, again, 3:17 Eastern Standard Time. Awesome album. Then you have 1977's Hope. And their covers are to die for. They're just amazing looking albums. This is really the first illustration of what the band kind of looked like. This is 1978 Sir Army Suite, sorry. There were still 3 members in the band at that time, but yeah, great album. And Endangered Species, 1980 release, Endangered Species. Kind of their last hope. It was produced in LA in a rush, so it didn't get the love that the other albums gave. Still a good album, it just doesn't match up to the other albums because of the production and the rush that they were in to put an album out. So it kind of didn't do much, but it's still a good album. I really enjoy this one. So great Klaatu. Then you've got the amazing LA band, Get the Knack, and this awesome debut album, one of the best-selling debut albums ever. There's the boys there. This is a sealed copy. I do have an open copy that I play, but I kept a sealed copy of the album because it's just a classic. It's a great reminder of good times. So yeah, self-titled album, 1979 release. You've got Let Me Out, Good Girls Don't, My Sharona, and Frustrated, plus all the other deep tracks. It's such a great album. And then the second album, 1980s, But the Little Girls Understand. You got Baby Talks Dirty, and Can't Put a Price on Love, the big hits off of that one. Great stuff. Then you've got this is a Dutch rock band called KNACK. I love that label as well. 1978 release. And it's one of their most commercially successful albums as well. This is KNACK, Fanta of the Night. Great album. It was a gem of a find, but glad I found it. Really good stuff, KNACK. What can you say about this band? One of the best British bands that influenced a ton of bands to come out of that that same era as the Who and all those English rock bands at the time, the Stones. I can't say the Beatles because they were in a different class, but these guys were just hard-working, hard-edged, raw rock and roll. This is the Kinks. This is formed. They were formed in 1963. Of course, brothers Ray and Dave Davies. This is the. I thought it was on color vinyl. This is nice black vinyl. This is the remastered debut album, the 50th anniversary. So good. You Really Got Me is a big hit on that one. Then we have 19. Sorry, I got this mixed up here. The Kinks are the Village Green Preservation Society. Another fine album. That's 1968 release. I also have it on remastered CD. It's a hard covered version, dual CD with a stereo version and a mono version, plus a ton of bonus tracks. Like there's probably 25 bonus tracks on this thing. I haven't listened to the whole thing. I've heard obviously the album, but really good stuff. And the vinyl sounds really good as well. Then you got Preservation Act 1, 1973 release on the RCA label. And then you've got 1975 Schoolboys in Disguise. One of their last concept albums, I guess you would call it. This is about basically rotten teachers pointing out and centering out bad boys, and you know, because they look different, they're greasers or whatever back in the day. But yeah, this is a great album, Schoolboys in Disguise. I think they got in trouble for this cover, but I love the cover as well. It's a good cover. It's a combination of cool 50s rock and roll, some doo-wop, some hard rock mixed in. And then what else do we have here? Yeah, I thought mine. Okay, then we have Sleepwalker, 1977 release. Sleepwalker, great album. Title track is great. Jukebox music is great. And we have Low Budget, another great album. Low Budget, 18th album. Unbelievable that they have 18 albums. Wish You Could Fly, Like Superman, Gallon of Gas. So many great tracks on that one. And then Give People What They Want. This is a hard rockin' album. This is really good. The Kinks have always been known for their great straight ahead rock and roll, but this is a little harder edged. It's really good stuff. So as you can see, I love the Kinks, as well as this band here. I think Aaron Mutha Alamar got me into this one. This is the Great Kin Band. This is Again. Love that cover as well. They're all on the Berserkly label. So again, 1977 release, second album. Love Made a Fool Out of Me, For You, a couple of big hits off of that one. Great kid band, great band out of San Francisco. Then you got Next of Kin, again on the Berserkly label. Next of Kin, 1978 release, third album. You got Sorry, Remember, Everybody Else. Then you got With the Naked Eye. With the Naked Eye, 1979 released, 4th album. You got Beside Myself and The Naked Eye, Moulin Rouge, Roadrunner, some big hits off of that one. And then you've got Glass House Rocks, 5th album, again on the Berserkly label. Small Changes, a big hit off of that one. And then 9th album, Contagious. Contagious, you've got Reunited, Stand Together, a couple of great tracks. And then finally, band called Kingfish. I love that cover. It's on the United Artists label. Kingfish, formed by New Riders of the Purple Sage, and also part of Bob Weir, a Bob Weir project, I guess. The Dead weren't touring at the time. The Grateful Dead weren't touring, so they put out this album here, and it's got some Dead-like tracks on it, Grateful Dead-like tracks, some jamming, great country rock, folk rock, really good stuff. Once the Grateful Dead started touring again, Bob Weir left. The band is still going, but yeah, I love this album, and so happy to find it. If you love the Grateful Dead, you'll love this album, Kingfish. So there you have it, guys. There's my K collection. A lot of great bands. Not a lot of bands, but a lot of great bands in there with the Ks. And some good selection of bands as well. So thank you so much. I'll be coming back with the L's in a day or two. And love you all. Talk to you again soon. And take care. Bye-bye now.